Asante sana kwa kutukaribisha. Sawa. So the truck in front of me right here speaks a lot about what we are expecting on the Trading Bell Show. We'll be speaking matters bio because we're at Biofoods Factory and we have come to speak with the CEO to understand this amazing product that is not afraid of competition, really hitting the market. What's their secret? What are they doing? What is the state of the manufacturing sector? Right here on the Trading Bell.
These are the incubation tanks.
Yeah.
So once the milk is pasteurized, it's put in here. Here we basically add the live cultures, which make sure the yogurt starts to ferment, which is basically fermenting. It's incubation. It stays here for 6 to 13 hours. In that process, we do many checks on the quality to see if the yogurt viscosity is well, if it's from every level it's conforming to standard. And once that's done, then it goes here to the packing lines, and it starts to be packed.
So they're already packing something here.
Yeah, this is what we've been packing today.
Yeah.
So this is actually a very unique product. It's our coconut yogurt, which is basically a yogurt made out of coconut milk. So it's a non-dairy product, it has no dairy, and we're very proud of it. Why? It is made out of Kenyan coconut milk. So we get coconut milk from the coast, and here it's made into coconut yogurt. If we also have pineapple coconut yogurt, which is made with Kenyan pineapple. Yeah. So it's a purely Kenyan product.
So and no milk.
Yes, and we have people tried it that want vegan, and everybody's amazed that we can make this kind of product without using milk. So each batch of products that leaves this factory is tasted by panel. So we taste the product. Does it smell right? Does it feel right? Does it taste right? If a product is not right, we hold it. So there's no batch that leaves this factory without a team of bio actually confirming that the product is conforming also in terms of experience. So this is yogurt. The other one had big packs because we do a lot of products for hotels which come in 5 liters, but the people at home won't recognize. So this is our Greek style yogurt, a product that we introduced 2 years ago. Super successful. So Greek yogurt, Greek style yogurt is a yogurt that's a bit thicker and a little bit more sour. Big hit. And this is also another product that people love, which was an innovation that we brought to the market, which is called fruit on the bottom. So fruit on the bottom is a product, the fruit is on the bottom, the yogurt is on top.
So you enjoy the yogurt and then you
and if you see here it says open, it has a small spoon. So you can break the spoon out of the cap, and then you can eat it like that. It's an on-the-go product. You can see the fruit here. You see? And this is another thing we're very proud of, which is our Tinga Tinga range. This is the kids range. So everybody knows, I think, Tinga Tinga from Tanzania.
Let me see it.
Tinga Tails.
Oh, Tinga Tails.
Yeah. So we have, for every animal, we have a yogurt.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. So this is perfect peach with the flamingo on it. So kids love this.
Kids love this.
This is our classic that everybody knows, bio from Bio Black. Yeah. Right?
Sure.
The biggest seller, Nature Plain.
So guys, just biggest seller is actually Nature Plain.
Yeah, Nature Plain. And then vanilla, and then strawberry and mixed berry. But by far, this is the biggest seller.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So this is shipped out every day. This is eaten in all the major hotels in Kenya actually. So this is where we keep our probiotic drink, which is bioactive, which is also, we introduced about 2 years ago, hugely popular. So it's a yogurt drink with real fruits and probiotics. And probiotics are basically what helps you to maintain gut health. So this is a product that helps you to maintain gut health. So it's not only very nice, it's not only very energizing, it's also very helpful in maintaining good gut health. So this is milk, packed milk.
Microbiology samples.
We take it from the line and then we check if the milk is actually conforming to our standards. So we check all the milk that comes in. We check the milk and the yogurt during processing. We then check the milk once it's packed and also the yogurt to see if it's conforming. And then we do every morning the trying to see if it also tastes, smells, and the whole experience is right.
And are you exporting some, by the way?
We are exporting to Uganda and we're exporting to Tanzania and we'll be exporting to Rwanda soon. So we're working, I think, in line with the government of Kenya's agenda. We actually have a team as we speak on the ground in Rwanda to explore the opportunities, and they were very positive. I got some messages from them yesterday. We're also working proactively on DRC and of Sudan, so we have a very deliberate agenda in line with the strategy of the government of Kenya. I think the strategy is to start exporting 1 billion liters of milk.
Yeah.
So we as a company believe that's a very good strategy. So we are actually proactively now growing our exports.
I appreciate all that you're doing. You know, speaks volumes why in my home we don't take anything else other than bio.
Great.
So
Otherwise I would have asked you to leave.
you know, please, at least I'm home now. Thank you so much for that. But first, you know, people would be asking, we see these amazing products in the shelves. Who is behind it? And at least now they can put a face to it. But the story behind bio, and I know this can be long, but what could you say in brief, what inspired you to start these amazing products and the chain?
Well, actually, I believe you build on the shoulder of giants. So the founder of this business was Binoy Zachariah,
Yeah.
who actually, it's a very nice story. He was a German-educated Indian milling engineer working in Kenya, and he was on a flight from Nairobi to Zurich with Swiss Air. Back in the day, Swiss Air, that was in the 90s, still existed. And he got yogurt, he got a fruit yogurt, and he was on his flight and he was eating this yogurt, and he said, "This is amazing, this is real fruit yogurt." And at that time, like end 80s, early 90s, there was no fruit yogurt in Kenya.
Yeah.
So he said, "I'm going to bring fruit yogurt to Kenya." So he started in Langata. He started in 1992,
Yeah.
bio, small setup, yogurt, build it and build it.
Yeah.
And then when I came to Kenya in 2013, I saw the opportunity in dairy. I saw there's a need, there's a growing middle class in Kenya. People are interested in quality food. They're concerned about food safety. And they want a great tasting product. So I started looking, what can we do? So we partnered with Binoy and we acquired the company.
Yeah.
And what inspires me personally and what inspires us as a business, basically we have a very clear vision.
Yeah.
We want to build a world where everyone has access to safe and healthy food.
I'm curious to know first, what inspired you to take the line that you have taken, which is purely organic and sustainable sort of line? Is there something that inspires you to decide this is where biofoods needs to focus on?
It all starts with food safety. And the challenge that we have in Kenya is that the milk that we get from our farms is, due to all kinds of handling issues, not of very good quality. So we have a lot of, and you must have experienced it at home, you buy milk and it expires after 2 days. That's purely bacterial contamination. It means that milk was not clean.
Okay.
So in line with our mission, we believe that everybody has the right and should have access to safe and healthy food. And that starts at the farm. So we first and foremost focus on our farmers, help our farmers to create, to produce more and better milk. And better milk is milk that has good fat, good protein, but that's also free of all kinds of contaminations.
Yeah.
And if you work in nature, and we all see it every year, there's droughts in Kenya, it's hot, and we see the effects of global warming. I think, you asked the question, why sustainability?
Yeah.
We believe it's the only way to move to the future.
Okay.
We just look around, we just came from a drought. We can't find butter on the shelves, there's a shortage of milk. All our food products go up because there's not enough water, right? And there's too much heat.
Yeah.
So that is a warning sign for all of us. It means the way we're currently conducting ourselves is heating up the earth. And it's directly jeopardizing the future of even our children, right? We can't even say it's our children's children, we have to look at our own children, what's their future. And that's, therefore, we have made sustainability core of our strategy.
Wow.
And what does that mean? It means that in every decision we make, sustainability is a key parameter of decision making.
Okay.
Whether it's about buying trucks, it's about looking at electric vehicles, it's about putting solar on the roofs, it's about doing water recycling. So we measure, for instance, our CO2 footprint. We see how much CO2 we produce. And we have a target every year to drive that down, to bring that down. It is, for instance, we are a paying member of PETCO. That means for every gram of plastic that leaves this factory, a gram of plastic is collected and recycled.
Wow.
We want to achieve circularity. So in everything we do, we focus on how does this impact the earth, how does this impact the community, and how can we as a company proactively improve that, or at least make the impact less detrimental.
All right. I think that's fair enough. Let's talk about your reception, because as I've said, you have many converts, people who are already even really loving the product and all that. I'm curious to know, how is the reception and what's your range of distribution? Is it regional or is it just in Kenya?
Well, we're first of all throughout Kenya.
Yeah.
So whether you go to Migori, Mugoma,
We will get some bio.
you can Mutwati,
Yes.
you will find bio, which we're very proud of. And I think we're also very proud that we're a very loved brand throughout the country. And we export at this moment to Uganda and Tanzania, and we are actively, in line with the government of Kenya's agenda, we're very actively pursuing more export opportunities. As we speak, we have 2 people in Kigali opening up a relationship to make sure that we start exporting to Rwanda. We have taken initiative to go to, we're also working on opening up DRC. Because the government of Kenya has set the strategy, we want to be a net exporter of milk. And we believe that's a very good strategy and we want to support that.
And it's quite, if I may call it, a system that is quite integrated, and I love that. But I wanted you to, just verbally explain to the people how you ensure that you are maintaining this quality for the consumers.
A good question.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, we are the only company in Kenya that operates in line with the most stringent global quality standards. So we have said we are going to adopt the most stringent quality standard, and we're going to help ourselves and our whole supply chain to get up to speed. I think it all starts at the farm. As I told you before, you can't undo in the factory what's wrong with the product. So first is, and it's actually an interesting story. When a farmer wants to become a biofarmer, we visit, we assess the farm, we give recommendations. They then implement the recommendations. Then we come and do an audit, and they need to score 75% or higher. Then we do a month of testing, so we take samples. And we actually see that the quality that the farmer is supplying are in line with our quality standards, and then they can start supplying, and we do that audit every year. And then of course we spend a lot of time with the farmer helping them to improve and get better production, better quality, and get more profitability. Now, so that milk is then collected every day with a milk tanker. At the farm, we measure how much milk we get. It goes into the tanker is sealed. So that there's no tampering on the road with that milk. When it arrives here, you saw it at the milk reception, the seal is broken. We take a sample. That sample is brought to the lab that you've seen. And in the lab, we perform 17 tests. So the milk stays outside of the factory until all the test results are in. And when the test results tell us that the milk is clean, healthy, and at the highest quality standards, then the milk is allowed into the factory. But that's not where it stops. Even in the factory, while we are producing, during the production process, you've seen the ladies and gentlemen with the red collars for the quality assurance team. They take samples from the line, which are, while the process is ongoing, being tested whether the product is still conforming to standards. Then when the product is packed, right, we take an observation, then the product is tested again. We then take an observation sample, which is kept through the whole shelf life. So for instance, if a product has 2-week shelf life, like our milk, we will maintain from this batch, we will have 1 bottle, which is maintained, and during the shelf life, we're testing it again. Is it behaving in the right way? And what is important to know, every morning in this place, we're here in the bio canteen, there's a team of about 6 people. Every batch of product is tasted before it leaves the factory. And before the product is offloaded at the supermarket, our drivers check with a temperature gun if the product is actually at the right temperature, so that we can guarantee that the cold chain, which is so critical for such a high quality product, is maintained until the shop. And then even in the shop, we as bio check that the temperatures of the chillers are right. So if there's a problem with the temperature of the chiller, we will raise our hand and we call the retailer and say, there's a problem in this outlet, please do something about it. So to make sure that the consumer is guaranteed the best bio quality.
Lovely, lovely. I have seen a range of products, including some of your vegan products. I mean, I'm shocked. I don't know, I think I go straight to what I like, but I have seen a range of products, and you keep popping up many more. I've seen some of your guys at the labs, they're still trying out great things that are coming out. And I know I could ask you the question to tell us about all this, and there's so many, I don't want to ask that question, but what are you looking at? Because it looks like you're constantly innovating, and what is informing this?
Well, we have a very clear philosophy. We stay very close to our consumers. So what we actually do is every month we invite about 30 consumers to come, or we go to them. And first of all, we let them blind taste our products against our competitors. To make sure that we don't, I always call, you don't want to get high on your own supply. I am so great. We want to actually test that the consumer is telling us, I love this more than your product. Right? That's number one. And in these engagements, we also try to learn what are the things that what is on their mind, what is keeping them busy, what do they want. And so, for instance, you mentioned the product, the vegan product, the non-dairy yogurt that we have developed.
Yeah.
We saw that there was people that said, I'm on a vegan diet, or I want to, for my religion, I can't consume dairy products. So
Yeah.
we started thinking, hey, what can we do? And you met Kezia and Catherine, who are our product developers.
Yeah.
So then we come up with a concept. We go out and do research. We try, we fail, we try again, and slowly something comes out. We then go back to the consumer, ask them, what do you think? Compare different sorts, and then slowly we tweak it to the point where we believe now we have a product that the consumer will love.
Wow.
And that's in the heart of our business. So we have a product development meeting every 2 weeks that I personally attend with our team. We have a great team of people, and we're constantly asking ourselves, are we relevant? What can we do better? What can we improve? Et cetera, et cetera.
All right.
So it's a matter of staying very close with the consumer.
Wow, lovely. We're taking a quick break with Joachim here, Biofoods, telling it as it is, and enjoying our very nice glass
Let's
of
have
milk.
another glass.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
We'll be right back after some sips. Welcome back, and we're right here at Biofoods speaking with Joachim, the CEO, and he's telling it as it is about how the product is going. And I want us to now veer off to talk about matters policy and what he thinks could really skyrocket such a brand to really get to every homestead in this country. Welcome back, and my quick question would be this now. Let's talk about policies and really looking at how the environment is favorable. And I just want to throw you on the spot here because there are people who are complaining when they see products coming in from other different neighboring countries, for example. You don't seem afraid. You seem like you already got it. What's informing this? Are you concerned about the policies that are around and even allowing competitors around?
I think competition is very healthy.
Oh.
And I think it's very important, actually, because necessity is the master of invention. If you're under pressure, it will make sure you're sharp and that you always put your best foot forward. So I'm not afraid of competition. I believe that quality and listening to your customer and being close to your customer you always win.
Wow.
You just need to be so it's my philosophy of business and our philosophy as Bio is not we are able to make a product and therefore the customer needs to like it. Our philosophy is let us be very close to the customer, understand who they are, what they need, what their wants are, and let us make sure that we deliver to that and that we stay very close and that we tell our story to them. And I think that as Bio, we are very proud that we have been able to carve out a niche in the market where people, rightly so, but genuinely trust us. It's trust. Trust. It's making sure that the product is always up to par, that it's always of quality, that you can taste the difference, which you just did.
Absolutely.
But also it's follow-up. So one of the first things I did when I acquired this business, people said, now you're going to put up a lot of billboards. I said, no, we're not going to put up billboards. We're going to put a customer happiness department in place. That means anybody that calls us with a complaint, we are going to get the product from them. We're going to replace the product for free without questions asked. We're going to then investigate what's wrong with the product and we're going to give them feedback.
Wow.
Because that's how you build trust, right? And it's also very helpful for us. I can give you an example. One Christmas we got a lot of complaints on our milk, and from one area in town. So we started investigating. It turned out in one retailer the chiller was not working. So thanks to that feedback, and thanks to us taking that seriously, we could prevent a lot more customers.
You're right.
Not enjoying our product.
Okay.
So back to your question on competition. Competition is healthy.
Okay.
I think it drives efficiency. So if competitors are coming in, you need to ask yourself the question: how can I remain competitive?
Okay.
And I think overall, competition also is good for the consumer because it means the consumer gets a better product because we're all fighting for the attention at a better price. So everybody wins. I'm all for competition.
You're a manufacturer, and I have spoken to several others, and most of them I'll take up this opportunity as well to speak to the authorities who watch this show as well. If there was anything that would be done to even help you thrive, because I can tell I've counted quite a number of people here who are benefiting out of this as well. And looking at the government agenda of creating employment and all that, definitely this stands a chance big time. What is this that you would say in a sentence or two? I know there could be a lot in a sentence or two that would really even help Bio, scale up and really be a contributor to the economy.
Lovely question. I'm happy you asked the question.
Yes.
I think I want to start with something positive.
Wow.
I think the current a political climate where there's clearly a desire to implement rational economic policy makes me and makes us in the business community very hopeful. We see there's a government that's open for business, that wants to do business, and that wants to facilitate business. So there's an ear, people are listening, and when your concerns are heard and people are implementing it. And I think we've recently seen it about the dollar. There's people are listening and trying to assist.
Yeah.
So I think that's very positive, and I'm very hopeful. And I think also the agenda of, for instance, becoming a net exporter is a good net export of dairy is a very good policy that we fully support.
Yeah.
And therefore, within that framework of hopefulness, I think there's a couple of agenda points that we are communicating and which the government is also listening to. I think I would try to maintain it at two at this point. I think we need, what is very important is regulatory predictability. Okay. I think over the last couple of years we have seen too many knee-jerk taxes and laws being implemented. Literally, I won't mention what's happened, but I just found out that on the 31st of March a certain tax law has been implemented. And you find out 3 days later and you're like, okay, but we're on the third day of the month. And the second thing I think is, which is good for the consumer and good for the farmer, we are a very big protagonist of enforcing very good. Kenya has very good food safety laws.
Yeah,
very good. But what we are trying to advocate for the government of Kenya is to make sure that these rules are actually implemented, so that every manufacturer in Kenya is held to the same quality standards. And why is that important? First of all, it's important for the consumer. The consumer knows whatever product I'm taking, what I like, it will be safe for my consumption. And today that's not the case. Let's be very clear about that. The second is, the moment you implement quality regulations, me and my competitors, we will need to pay a higher price to our farmers to get that quality, right? So it will also help increasing the profitability for farmers. And if you get increasing profitability for farmers, will be interested to invest. And when they're interested to invest, the dairy sector and the agricultural sector as a whole will thrive. So these are the two agenda points.
Lovely.
I think overall very happy with a rational economic policy, a desire to implement a regular.
Certainly positive.
Yes. But predictability and implementation of very good food safety laws, but really implement.
And you're right, you're not on your own on that. As I said, I have spoken to several manufacturers and they feel a little bit of that predictability would help a lot. Thanks a lot for that. As we come to the tail end of this conversation, because I know we could speak much about this, I want you to prepare a message for the consumers, what you have to tell them about bio. But before we get to that, I was curious to just get to understand, you're a leader and a CEO definitely, who started something and it's growing. I have seen, and you guys can see on the cameras, the vast investments that has been put in this place. People would wonder, how did you go all this far? How did you make it this way? And a lot of people as well who are SMEs, and we pride in the fact that a lot of SMEs are watching to you as mentors as well. I don't know what would be your top 3. I know there could be 20, but top 3 advice to anybody who's thinking, I can do business, whichever the side. Are there certain things that you could share with them? 3 of them top of mind.
Well, you just met my business partner, so we started together with a small loan back in 2004. If I would give an advice to aspiring young entrepreneurs, it would be as follows. Know what you don't know better than what you do know.
Wow.
Because if you know what you don't know, you can learn.
You can learn, yes.
Right?
That's true.
You are open to learning. If you think I know everything, the chances that you know everything are very slim, right? So if you know what you don't know, you're able to ask questions, and everybody is willing to help you. My experience is, if you're humble and you say, hey, I don't understand this, can you explain it to me? People will explain it to you and you'll learn, or you get them on your team, right? That's number 1. The second is, always have a business plan.
Always have a business plan.
Not because that business plan is going to happen, I can guarantee you it's not. It won't happen. I've done many businesses, it never happened. However, it will help you to understand how far you're veering off to your plan, and you make sure that if you veer off too quickly or too far, that you can pivot, right? So that you have an idea of where you're going. But if you're not going there, you can understand. I've done it myself. My first company, I was so hung up on my strategy, I thought it's right. So I kept on going while everything was telling me it's not working.
Yes.
Right? if I had a good business plan, I would have seen in the beginning this is not working. I need to pivot. So in the end of the day, I pivoted it, and I saved the business. But I could have done that much earlier if I had a business plan, and I kept myself closely monitoring how I was performing against that business plan. And the last thing is, I think the most important quality of a good business is that it feels the customer, feels the pain and the happiness of the customer. Any business that loses the ability to feel the pain of the customer, to feel the customer, will go astray. Because if I don't know you, Maina, and I don't understand what's making your clock tick or your wife's clock tick with regard to our product, I might put products on the market that you don't like. I might start telling you things that you don't like. So I need to stay very close to you. So at Bio, actually, every management team meeting starts with farmer happiness, so we have a report how the farmer's doing, and consumer happiness, what are the consumers telling us? Because we believe that the only thing we are doing is we're connecting happy farmers to happy consumers.
You're right.
And if we have the ability to keep a very close finger on the pulse with these two, everything else we do becomes relevant, becomes deliberate, and will deliver the desired outcome.
Wow, lovely. And I know we will have another sitting to just talk about advice to a lot of business people.
Very happy.
But for now, take those three. Finally, to the customers of Bio, what do you want to tell them?
I actually want to say thank you. I know, and we're very proud of the trust that you put on our products. And I want to tell you that trust, we don't take it lightly. And I think Maina has asked some very good questions. So we have explained that quality, giving you the best quality, the healthy, and best tasting dairy products every day. That's what makes our clock tick. And we're grateful for your trust and support. We will keep on listening, we will keep on reaching out to you, and we will keep on trying to develop more products that you will love. And I would say, let's all pick up a glass of milk and taste the difference. Thank you.
I need to refill mine. Anyway, that means I'm enjoying it a lot. There you have it, Joachim speaking as it is. My goodness, the products are right here.
Yes.
I'll be left enjoying.
I'll give you some more milk while we close.
You can help me with that.
Yes.
Today, you're at my service. I love it. Thank you so much. And as I'm enjoying my milk, that's it for the Trading Bell Show. We'll leave you right now with the markets. I'll be left with the milk. See you. Bye-bye.